Live. Excuse me. Let some people get in here before I get into the spiel, let y'all know what's going on. Come on. There we go. That's good. What's going on, Mr. I think that's Rake, Mr. Over Raquel. What's going on? What that's it right there. Stay strong. Appreciate that, Alexandra. I'm listen, people get in here because I'm sure they coming. So that way I ain't gotta repeat myself so many times. Shout out to the replay gang. It's been a little while. It's been a little while since I did a live feed like this. So if you watching this on the replay, shout out to you. Hashtag replay gang. You know the vibes. Saying looking at this bowl game with Toledo. Oh, yeah, 20 people in here. Alright, I guess we can get into it. As people come in, we'll just update them. And then, like I said, the replay, people can watch the replay. I'm going to try not to make this too long. Because, I just don't want to drag it out. You know what I mean? I'm not up here, for sympathy. I'm not up here for the pity party. None of that. I'm up here because I share my journey on my channel. You know what I mean? Like I told you guys before, whether people want to believe it or not, like I am transitioning my channel away from trucking. I'm done talking about trucking. The only reason that I made the last video that I made was, like I said, someone spoke on my company and the reputation of my company, and I just wanted to kill those false narratives because that could have potentially affected, me trying to hire people. Imagine me trying to hire people and rumors are going around that I don't have a business or my business has been closed down or whatever may have you. So that's why that last trucking video was made. Just I felt like I wanted to put those flames out, and that dude did apologize. I think his channel was like Trucking 101 or something like that. So I do appreciate his apology. It ain't no beef. I won't try to start no beef. I won't try to start no back and forth or nothing like that. I just wanted to defend my company and my reputation because, again, in this industry, in the industry that is trucking, that's really all you have. It's your reputation of your business and how you do business. But anyways, just wanted to get that out of the way. So I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you guys. Shit happened so fast, if I'm really being honest with you. Let's go back. Let's go back to 2019. Back in 2019, I was in the emergency room in the hospital for like a week. And in 2019, 2019 is when I found out that I had a kidney disease, that my kidneys were failing, and that, eventually I was going to need potentially dialysis or, kidney transplant. And, I don't know why. I'm not here to make excuses for myself. I didn't do what I needed to do then. You know what I mean? I've been unhealthy my entire life, damn near. I mean, like this. I probably don't even know what a healthy body feels like, if I'm being honest with you. I've always been heavy set, always been chubby, husky, whatever word to associate with being overweight. I've always been that. Um, so anyways, they told me back in 2019 I had kidney disease and that, this could eventually happen to me. And I didn't take it as serious as I needed to. I had my moments where I would go, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, doing the right things, whether that was fasting, eating right, working out, or whatever. But I never devoted like the same energy that I would put in, following behind niggas on YouTube or, you know, just so much wasted energy that I put into so many stupid things. I never put that energy into my health, and that's, shame on me for that. Um, and unfortunately, my health has slowly deteriorated since then. Um, to the point where now, as it stands now, my kidneys are, according to the kidney doctor, my kidneys are working at less than 5% right now. Um, and my heart is at, like, they said normal hearts work at around like 60%. Mine is about 45 to 50. Um, also, my blood pressure, is still high. And at this point, I have started dialysis. I had my second round today for 3 hours. I did it for 2.5 hours on Wednesday. And that was just to, get me used to it and see how I felt. And today I did 3 hours. They took out 2.5 liters of blood and put it back in, or whatever, fluid or whatever. Um, and so, okay, so how did I get here? Because I know a lot of people are like, well, you have been losing weight, you've been doing better. I still, I'm smaller than what I've been. Unfortunately, it's simple, man. You do the crime, eventually you're gonna have to do the time. You talk to street dudes, and they'll tell you, don't come out there and be in that life if you're not prepared to face the consequences for being in that life, whether that's jail, whether that's being dead, losing loved ones, you know what I mean, losing your mans. That's a part of that life. Well, it's the same thing with living an unhealthy lifestyle. You can only live an unhealthy lifestyle, but for so long before you have to pay the consequences that come with living an unhealthy lifestyle. And that's what I'm going through now. So despite, the last couple of months, all the hard work that I've put into losing weight, eating better, changing my lifestyle, changing things, stop drinking, stop all the extracurricular activities, when you compare that to the amount of time that I didn't take my blood pressure medication, the amount of time that I died drunk like a damn sailor, the time that I smoked tobacco, the time that I vaped, the time that I was OTR eating, everything in the truck stop. You know what I mean? When you put it side by side, it would be foolish of me to think that I could fast or eat healthy for 90 days and it makes up for the previous 29 and a half years of unhealthy living. And that's what I'm paying for now, and it's crazy because I've gotten all kind of compliments from the nurses, doctors, um, because they have all my records, so they've seen how much I've weighed, and they see what I weigh now, and so they see the progress and what I'm attempting to do. But unfortunately, the damage has already been done. You know what I mean? And with your kidneys, um, you know, once your kidneys go, it's not long before other things are affected. You know what I mean? Your kidneys clean your body. So if your kidneys aren't cleaning your body, um, you sick. Like you're gonna be sick. You're gonna feel sick, and that's what I have been feeling like. For like the last I say for like the last month, I feel like I've been nauseous every day. Throwing, like I'm talking about to the point where I throw up every day. And I associated that with fasting because I know that's part of the detox process. When you detox in and you feel sick and all these things. But, after talking with the doctor, come to find out um, that was connected to my kidneys failing and the toxins not leaving my body. So they just sitting in me. And it's so crazy because after my first dialysis treatment, it instantly went away. That sickness feeling in my stomach, like I don't know, it's almost like a morning sickness. Like you wake up in the morning and it's just like you feel like I don't know, like you just ate some old food. Like it's just that hungover pain in your stomach type feeling where it's just like you don't want to smell nothing, you don't want to drink nothing. It's just like, oh, get this out of my body. You know what I mean? And that's gone. That's been gone now for since Wednesday. And like I said, Wednesday was my first day on dialysis. So, what's going on, everybody checking in? I see y'all. I'm gonna get to the comments. I'm just trying to make sure I go through everything, give you guys a gist of what's going on, then we can talk more. Um, so yeah, so what put me in the actual hospital, and it was so crazy, man, because I have a condition called uh, SVT. What SVT is when your resting heart rate. For those who don't know, I'll explain it real quick. You have your resting heart rate is when you sitting chilling. I'm sitting chilling now. My heart rate should be probably about. Matter of fact, I can tell you exactly what my heart rate is right now because I'm hooked up to this little pager shit. Let me turn it on. Hold on. See if it's gonna come on for me. Come on now. This shit like a pager. One second, y'all. 1 second. Somebody told me I should do like Lil Sean did, and do the Cash App joint. I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I ain't never been that type to, what I'm saying, get up here and e-beg and all that crap. He won't pull up. Let me turn it off, turn it back on. I hate when shit don't work on the live feed. It's always on the live feeds that shit don't be wanting to work for me. This shit been working all goddamn day. I'm gonna take the battery out, put it back in. Yeah, that's what so it was like, man, you get a quick couple $100, you go up there and do that joint. I said, nah, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't. That would be nice though, but I ain't gonna do that shit. But I'm waiting for it to cut back on. But so your resting heart rate normally should be between like 70, 80, maybe 90. SVT is when your resting heart rate jumps up to like it could be 160, 170. The most mine's been is like 180 something. And so I woke up uh early Tuesday morning. It had to been like 4 in the morning, and my heart rate was like 171. And it's just like your heart beats so fast, it almost feel like you vibrate. And that's happened to me a couple of times. So like right now, my resting heart rate is 82, 82, 83. But it's probably happened if I had to put a number on it. Um, since 2019, it's probably happened to me about I don't know, maybe like 6, 7 times. And what'll happen is I'll sit, I'll feel my body vibrating. Sometimes I'll break out in a sweat. Sometimes I'll just sit there. Um, and what I have to do, it was one time where I did what they told me to do, which is like I clench, like I got to take a poop, but I don't poop, of course. And then I hold my mouth and nose and blow out. And it's like you raise the pressure in your chest, and sometimes that'll cause it to go down. But if that doesn't, what has to happen is you have to call 911. Don't try to go to the hospital. Don't try to walk around. Don't try to move, because when your heart's beating that fast, you don't want to exert any extra energy. Because if you're sitting still and it's 170, if you try going down a flight of stairs and I stay on the third floor, that bitch might shoot up to the 200s. You know what I mean? Um, and you could pass out. Your heart could stop. So you call 911. 911 comes. You let them know what's going on. They check your heart rate. They see it, and what they do is they put an IV in you. And like, see, my IV is right here. That's this my IV on my arm. This is the uh I forgot what it's called with a C. This is where the dialysis go. That shit was in my neck. If you see in the thumbnail of this video, they originally put that shit in my neck. I'll talk about that a little later. But anyways, but they have to give you what's called catheter. Thank you. You'd have thought I knew it by now. Adenosine is what it's called. They give you adenosine. And what adenosine does is it pretty much slows your heart down. Like you feel it and it hits you. It's almost like, oh my, it's better than tequila is what I tell people. Like they put it right in your IV and you just feel it like, it's like a woozy feeling, like woo. You know what I mean? Like if you ever seen like TV shows where they be like, woo, woo, woo. Like that's what it feel like. And it's pretty cool, but it's not cool because it's bad, but it's cool as shit. And you literally, your heart rate it'll go from like 170 and it'll drop to like 80, just like that. So imagine your heart rate dropping 100 beats per minute, just like that. That shit is, I'm telling y'all, man, it is the craziest feeling. Like, if anybody's ever gotten high, you know how you go from zero to high? Imagine going from high to zero, just like that. I'm telling you, or like going from like drunk to sober, just like, it's the craziest shit in the world, man. But anyways, they'll do that. And of course, when you do that, anytime 911, EMS gives you medicine, they have to take you to the hospital. They can't give you any type of medicine and leave you. They have to take you. So, brought me to Riverside, and actually I didn't get the adenosine until I got to Riverside this to go around because always have a hard time finding my veins. I thought it was because I was fat, but it come to find out, my veins are deeper than normal, which is why I gotta have another surgery on my fistula because they put my fistula too deep. We'll talk about that a little later as well. A lot to talk about. So I come to emergency rooms, 5 in the morning, whatever. Come get checked in. Of course, there's like 7 people in my room. They in there hooking me up. Same spill I always. You're like, oh my God, you're way too young for this. What are you doing? Da, 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 da. They give me the adenosine, and then they start taking my blood. When they started taking my blood, I kind of figured like, okay, they're gonna see my numbers and they're gonna say, okay, this dude, because I haven't seen my doctor since it's been like October. Yeah. So I hadn't started dialysis yet, but I had the fistula. I apologize if the backlighting. I'm not in the best place to be doing this, but we got to work with what we got to work with. I lost where I was at. Anyway, so they draw my blood, run my numbers, and the doctor comes in there like, hey man, your creatine if I'm remember correctly, creatine is when they measure like the toxins in your blood. So you want your creatine levels to remain low, at all times. So your creatine levels should be 1.1 or lower. Mine was 18. Like 18. It's supposed to be 1.1 or lower. My shit was 17 over, you know what I mean? So it was like, and then so that kind of, that's past red flag. That's like a fucking burgundy flag at that point. So they kind of, once they seen that, they was like, okay, hold on, because they was getting ready to let me go. The SVT, they had got it under control. They was telling me to follow up with a cardiologist. and they were gonna let me go, but once they seen that, they was like, hold on, pimping, we got to see what's going on with you, bro, because this ain't, and then they, went through my records, and the kidney doctor came down there. When he came in there, I already knew they was about to admit me. Hold on, y'all. And he came in there, everybody else left out, and I swear, y'all, it was like, it was like one of them scenes in a movie where the doctor come in and they, how the doctors had that talk with you. Well, that shit had me fucked up for a little while. I ain't gonna hold you, but he was like, he said, look, man, I know you don't, you might not want to hear this, but he was like, based off the numbers I'm looking at, he said, your kidneys are probably working at like less than 5% right now. He was like, your creatine level was 18. He said, at this point, if you don't start dialysis today, you could potentially really look at life-threatening situation with you. Like, you could be threatening your life if you don't start dialysis today. Like, that's exactly how he said. He said today. And I guess for me, I was always so afraid of dialysis because I guess I thought it was like chemo or some shit. Like, I always thought it was like so rough on your body to where, because they say, from what I've heard, the cancer don't kill you, the chemo do. Like, because it's how hard it is on your body. And I always heard people compare dialysis to chemo. So that's why I've always been so afraid of it and, pushing not to do it because I just didn't want to go through that. You know what I mean? And we sat in there for like 10 minutes, man, and we was just talking. He was like, look, man, you 30 years old. Just because you start dialysis don't mean you got to stay on dialysis. You know what I mean? You already started losing weight, so you working your way down, and we was just, he just kept it a buck with me, and I appreciate that. Ultimately, I told him I wanted to call my wife first, called and talked to her. It was a no-brainer for her. And like I told her, as soon as I told her that he said, like, it could, affect my life, she was like, all right, nope. Like, that's it. Like, do whatever they say you got to do it. You know what I mean? So, really, my wife made the decision for me. You feel what I'm saying? So let me hold on, read this comment. It's in workout shakes. Can mess your kidneys up. Oh, okay. But so yeah, so we decided to do that, and so I got admitted Tuesday. Been here ever since. So since then, they've run tests on me. I went to go try to do dialysis on Tuesday. And they put this fistula in my arm in June, and they tried to do the dialysis out of this fistula. And what ended up happening, I don't know if you can see that, they got stitches up there now. What happened was, apparently my fistula is too deep into my arm, so they were unable to draw out, it couldn't connect or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because you connect two different parts, one that pull it out, one that put it back in. The one that put it back in they couldn't get it. So Tuesday, I ended up having to have surgery. Well, I had to do a procedure, surgery. I don't know what to call it because I was awake. That shit was crazy. I'm about to explain it to you. So what happened was, they took me down there, and they put the original catheter. This catheter here was originally in my neck. They put it. It was like right here. And what they did, they put me on the table. They laid the sheet over me, and they put this needle in my neck. That shit hurt like fuck. Like it sting and then it burned. But after the burn, I ain't feel nothing. And they cut my joint open, put that in, and that's how I did my first chemo on Wednesday. The next day, put it out my neck. And then that was a success. So they had to change it around. They wanted to do I had to do an ultrasound on my arm to figure out what was wrong with my fistula. And they found out that it was too deep. So the thing in my neck was only supposed to be temporary. They took that out and they put it in my chest. This is to last for like a couple of months until my arm is ready. So um, went back to surgery yesterday. Took it out. They took it out my neck, put it in my chest, um, and then they dug in here and see what was wrong with that. So I still gotta have surgery. I still gotta have two surgeries. One surgery is gonna be to pull my fistula up some closer to the top so that I can use it. The other surgery is related to my heart. So basically, I talked to the cardiologist. I got like three different doctors, which is crazy. And he was like, after talking with the kidney doctor and after talking with the regular doctor, they believe that the cause of all of my issues, and this is a message to my fellow truck drivers, I went, I probably have had high blood pressure since I was like a teenager, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? Because I probably did. And also, I remember, getting physicals in high school, them telling me I had protein leaking in my urine. If anybody has ever told you you got protein in your urine, that's something with your kidneys. You need to go get that shit looked at yesterday, like real talk. But the main cause of all my problems, my health problems, is my blood pressure. Because I went for so long, like probably over a decade, without taking consistently my blood pressure medication. My blood pressure went unchecked. My blood pressure went unchecked. And because my blood pressure went unchecked, it just ran rapid. It was like an uncontrolled fire. It fucked up my kidneys, fucked up my heart. Um, you know, it did the damage. You know what I mean? And I'm sure a lot of that is with my weight as well. I'm pretty sure if I was an average sized man, I wouldn't have high blood pressure or it wouldn't be as high. You know what I mean? It might be a little high, like maybe the 140s, 150s, but not, I'm in my blood pressure being in the 200s consistently. I mean, my blood pressure used to be so high, I would be walking around in the store or something, I would just break out sweating. And I found out later that's because my blood pressure was so high. Like I would just like I'm talking about like you imagine just going to get some gas or going to like 7-Eleven, Wawa, Quick Trip or whatever. You just walk around, whatever, you get your Slurpee or some shit, and then you just break out in a sweat like you just finished a full court basketball game. That's how I used to do. And I used to just think, oh man, I'm fat as shit, on some shit like that. But it was actually my blood pressure just going full steam ahead. You know what I mean? So the cardiologists say that a normal heart is working about like 60%. My joint like 45, 50. You know what I'm saying? 45, 50. He's saying that the blood pressure, my heart is thicker than what it should be, and it's working a little harder than it should be. Um, so the surgery they want to do for that is they want to put they do a surgery, an ablation is what it's called, and apparently it has a very high success rate. And I guess they go in there and kind of like shock my heart or do something to my heart, and it should stop the SVT. You know what I'm saying, for good, as well as got me on medication that is kind of like a mixture for my heart and for my blood pressure. So I'm back like on like I think I'm on like 4 or 5 pills now, 6 pills. So that's gonna be, I hate taking all that medication, but it gotta be done for now. You know what I'm saying? It definitely gotta be done. So I don't think I'll be doing no more water fasting no time soon, because I gotta keep something on my system, to take all this medicine. So I think I'm gonna switch back more to like a juicing when I was juicing, and then do my fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. So, because I don't want to lose the momentum of the weight loss that I've already done. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I'm not really too upset, because I know I'm on the right track. Everything that's happening now is a result of my past decisions and my past, you know, uh, negligence when it comes to my health. So it could be easy for me to be like, damn, bro, I done lost this weight, and I've been working hard the last 90 days, and I'm still in the hospital. But I'm not looking at it like that because that's not how it works. You feel what I'm saying? It just don't. You just don't do something. The same thing with business, trucking, whatever. You just don't do something right away and get a automatic result. It just don't work like that. It takes time. You feel what I'm saying? It takes time. It takes effort. It takes consistency. And so I had a couple moments over the last couple of days where I kind of got down in the dumps, like fuck, man. But overall, the momentum is still there. I'm still gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna still keep fighting to my last date, whether that's tomorrow or fucking 70 years from now. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not giving up. You know what I mean? So, um, but anyways, what else? While I'm sitting here, that's pretty much it, man. You know what I'm saying? The thing I'm confident about as well is I do still believe that I have a shot at a clean bill of health. I do. I do. I believe that the weight loss will definitely help with the blood pressure. Um, the heart surgery will do away with the SVT. Lose the weight, that'll deal with the blood pressure. And as far as the kidneys, they already done said, I'm probably 9 times out of 10 gonna be looking at VCU up in Richmond, to where I'm gonna do the transplant at. And they was like I'm a prime candidate, you know what I'm saying, especially if I continue to lose the weight because of my age. And that's one of the downsides of the dialysis. Everybody else in there is like double my age, like I'm talking about 70, 75, 80, you know what I mean? Bear with me one moment. Yeah, everybody else in there is like super old. So, but they say, I'm a prime candidate for a transplant because of my age. I'm young. And so, I look at it like that. If I can, when I get a kidney transplant, lose the weight to get the blood pressure down and keep it down, like, everything else is really associated with my weight. So I get the weight off like I've been doing, I'll be all right. I truly believe that. I truly believe that I can still live a long, healthy life. Now, if I go back to BSing and living how I've been living, I won't live to see 40. I won't live to see 40. That's a fact. But if I feel like if I continue on the steps that I've started in these last couple of months, I feel like I'd be fine. It's going to be rough. You know what I mean? Getting used to the dialysis, fitting it into the schedule because some other things I'm about to start doing as well. Um, still having a business to run. I was doing payroll earlier, doing dialysis, um, and trying not to allow the business of running a trucking company stress me. Like last night, um, it's funny because the accounting department at VL fucked some shit up yesterday, and I was in here mad, and the nurse was trying to take my blood pressure, and it was high as hell, and she was fussing at me because my blood pressure was high. I'm like, man, I'm trying to do this payroll. They fucking up my money right before Christmas, like I mean, I'm cussing people out on the phone. Like it was just a lot going on yesterday. So regular shit, ain't nothing crazy. Don't take that and run with it. But so yeah, but it's just about my health got to be the priority. That's just what it is. That would come down to for so long. I put my health to the side because the reality is, if I'm being honest, man, I probably should have never qualified to be a truck driver health wise. If I'm being honest, that DOT physical was so easy to get around. And I know it's 57 people in here. Some of y'all done did some shit you weren't supposed to do to get around that DOT physical. I know it. You know what I mean? You do what you got to do to make money to provide for your family. But at some point, it's just like, if you live in a state where you got to have an inspection sticker on your car. Like, yeah, you can get the illegal inspection sticker and put that bitch on and be good. But eventually, that car going to break down on you because you're not taking care of it the way you're supposed to be. Or you can cut corners and be cheap with fixing your truck. But eventually, you going to pay for it. You know what I mean? And that's, let this be a lesson. Let my experience be a lesson to anybody who dealing with any type of health issue. You can ignore that shit all you want. You can lie to yourself all you want. All you want, bro. But eventually it's coming, bro. I promise you. And I'm just blessed that when it came, I survived and I'm still here. Because I just buried one of my mans who had a health problem and he ain't survived his. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that can't, you know what I mean? Like, so, to my fellow big brothers, Mario, Josh, Black Heavyweight, all them big dudes, man, like, you know what I mean? And that's not to be funny or be disrespectful or anything like that, but bro, like if you got some issues or, you dealing with obesity like me, man, get on that shit, because I think most of y'all are older than me. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get up here and see that somebody then passed away or that has some crazy health issue. And you know what I mean? Because like somebody said in the comment a little earlier, imagine if I would have been on the road. I told you, I thank God all the time that, you know, VL allowed me to create a fleet and get out of the truck, because I can only imagine if I would have been on that truck still. I could only imagine. You know what I mean? Like, who knows, bro? I might have been somewhere on the side of the road in the truck dead. Like, for real. Like, I'm a part of a group on Facebook called, I think it's Truckers Final Mile. And I see that shit all the time where truck drivers are dying on the road and the families looking for assistance to get them back home. I done donated to that joint a couple times. You know what I'm saying? So, it's real, man. We don't think it's real. We always think, oh, it couldn't, that shit ain't gonna happen to us. That shit ain't gonna happen to me. I got some time. I promise you, you don't, bro. I'm 30, and you look at me. You know what I mean? Some of y'all in y'all 40s, 50s, and y'all playing with fire, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And then the biggest thing for me too is I got kids, man. You know what I mean? Some of y'all got kids, grandkids. Like, we got shit to lose. We not hood booger no Negroes no more. We not in our 20s no more. We ain't, you know what I'm saying, just running around, outlaw, yippee-ki-yo. We got businesses, investments, assets. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it, man. I'm not gonna say it's not worth it being a trucker, but you just gotta. It's all about balance, man. It's all about balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't, keep, ignoring our health issues to make some money. Because even, once we make the money, we still gonna need more money. It's never enough. But you can do enough to maintain your health for sure. You know what I mean? So, like I say, I ain't trying to preach to nobody. I ain't trying to, tell nobody what to do or nothing like that. But I'm just showing you from my experience, bro. Y'all been watching me for years. Anybody who really know me know that this was coming. This shouldn't be no huge surprise. The way I was living, the way I was eating, as unhealthy as I was. Like, this really shouldn't be a huge surprise to nobody, if I'm really being honest. That's why I'm not really super upset. You can't change the way that shit go. Like, this is this life. Cause and effect. It's just that simple. Cause and effect. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, man, I'm super optimistic about my situation, and I'm blessed to still have a fighting chance to correct my situation and make my situation better. And for that, I'm grateful. Even as I sit in this hospital right now, I'm grateful. I'm blessed. Don't feel for me. Because I'm going to be all right. I got a fighting chance. I still got a business that's running. Like, imagine if I would have been a solo truck owner operator right now with a truck payment, with no additional income coming from nowhere else. If I won't done with OTR trucking before, I for sure am now. So I'd have been screwed. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not gonna sit here and be pity party. Oh, what was me? For for the circumstances of the situation I created for myself. You know what I mean? So, but for real though, man. Like, if y'all out here, and appreciate that. I'm gonna get to these comments. I know I'm just missing them and like shit. But if you out here, man, you skipping around them DOT physicals, man. Like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do for your family to make money. But just you know what I mean. Be conscious of that shit, bro. You know that blood pressure. If you ain't got to do nothing but take some blood pressure pills, take them shits, bro. Just take them. You know what I mean, or do something if you want to do it the all natural way. You know, a lot of people don't like modern day medicine. They rather do, they rather do, the healthy alternative. Then fine, just do something. Can it be reversed? Yeah. Well, the kidneys, I don't know. I think the kidneys are. It's interesting because they say the kidneys are working at 3%, but I still make piss. Like I piss like crazy. Um, but I can get a transplant for the kidneys, and then I don't know what that mean, Mario. Uh, I can shit. I can get a kidney transplant, and that'll fix the kidney problems. And then I can lose weight for the blood pressure to get off the blood pressure pills. And I'll have the surgery for the heart thing. But I think the three major things that I can do to better my situation is to lose the weight, get a kidney transplant, and watch what I eat. Those are the three main. I feel like if I do those three things, um, more so the eating right, the kidney transplant, and losing weight. That's the word you were looking for, a natural way. Oh, okay, appreciate that, appreciate that. But yeah, so those are the three things I think that I could do that'll give me the best chance of living a long, healthy life. So, long, healthy life. Let me read some comments. Eat less, do some exercise, move around. That's what I'm doing now. Dialysis equipment to people's home for dialysis at home. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get it at the house. I think they're gonna start me off at the center just to teach me. Hospital food will help lose weight. Yeah, but this hospital food is terrible. You got this. Just keep that weight off. Stay near your BMI. So I'm going down for years for you guys. No kidding. Just keep the diet clean. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of stories about people who have gotten kidney transplants. That's very nice to hear about the amount of people that are much older than me as well who have gotten it. So with the kidneys failing, you can't eat all fruits, vegetables. Look out for the right. Oh yeah, they already Herbert. They gave me the sheet. The wife that went home and put it on the refrigerator of everything I can and can't eat. At least you're doing it right, bro. Gonna be a shake back here. I hope so. I definitely hope so. Do what you gotta do, fam. I'm sure what the drugs for you. You think the doctors put you on those drugs. Taking your kidneys from you. Pretty soon you'll be a slim guy. I hope so, Mario. Like I said, it's funny because I just was watching. It got that bad. Yeah, it got pretty bad. It got pretty bad, man. I was just watching guilty video, talking about me leaving trucking YouTube and then coming right back. Like, nah, I'm not going back to trucking YouTube, man. Like, so I made that last video because dude said some incorrect things in regards to my company, and then I just wanted to address it. But he, like I said, he apologized, so it's all good. But I'm done with trucking, man. I really am. Unless I'm looking for a driver, which I am, by the way. If anybody who knows anybody that's looking to go OTR and make 75 cents a mile, 10.99, tell them holla at me. About to implement a new pay structure to where my top drivers will eventually make 78 cents a mile. But it's not gonna be right off jump. Like you ain't gonna come in the door making 78 cents. It's gonna be a progressionary period. So, but yeah, man. YouTube trucking, man, it's run its course for me, man. I got much bigger fish to fry. Much bigger. It ain't no money grab. It ain't no clout chasing. Like, I'm trying to live, bro. You feel me? So that's what all my energy going towards. Too much, like, niggas just be hating, bro. Like, like they it's I've never seen such just evilness. You know what I mean? Like, cats just be evil, bro. Like, I can't connect with that. Like, it's one thing that for people to disagree, like, that's life. You know what I mean? Somebody always gonna disagree with you. But the extent that some people go to say, uh, negative things or just disrespectful things to people on this app when it comes to trucking, it's just beyond me. You know, I cannot. I don't even know how to register the way that some of these people think. You know, what I mean, like don't get me wrong. Like, for example, Black Heavyweight. You know, he had an opinion of me about my weight loss, but I didn't consider that hating. You know, he's just a very blunt person. But like, fuck it, TB and the way he addressed, watching Guilty's video, the way he addressed Clarissa and how she went from YouTube to TikTok and doing her thing, and he hating on that. Like, that's just hate to me. Like, but like, I just can't. You know what I mean? I can't like. I don't know how to fathom that type of shit. But like, that's just straight hate, bro. Like, that's hate. Like, why do people gotta be? You know what I mean? That's hateful shit to me, bro. And I can't get with that, man. I just can't. I'm sorry. That's whack as fuck to me. But I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that. Yeah, as far as I know, what type of y'all talking to each other. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. That's the update. As far as how long I'm gonna be in this hospital, I don't know. I think right now I'm waiting on them to set me up with a dialysis chair at a center that's hopefully close to my house. So it's just about playing the waiting game for that at this point. Hold on. Okay, I had a notification on my phone. Playing the waiting game for that. And seeing when that will come available. If I was a betting man, I think I'll hopefully be out of here by Tuesday. I hope. Definitely got to be out of here Tuesday, really, because I got something to do Wednesday. What happened to your kidneys? They're pretty damaged. They're pretty damaged at this point. Basically, I had my blood pressure went unchecked for too long, and it caused severe damage to my kidneys to a point now where I'm on dialysis. That's pretty much what happened. So, oh wow. I'm sorry, it's football on TV. What's good, Jay? Wow, football, my brother. Thanks for sharing your journey. I'll definitely helps me, show all this. Oh yeah, I appreciate. Hey man, I know me, man. I'm just come up here and talk. But I'm about to get up off here, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. That's pretty much what's going on with me. Hopefully I'll be home before Christmas. I'm glad I did all my Christmas shopping so far. So you still living. That's a W. That's a big fact. Big facts. Get up off here. I'll probably do another video when I go home. Yeah, when I go home. And we just gonna get back to it. I've seen him smoke and take B pills on his video. Oh, okay. But yeah, we'll get back to it. I'll let you know what I'm gonna do moving forward. I think I'm gonna switch to juicing. Like I said, with the medicine I'm gonna be taking, I'm gonna have to have something in my system. I just can't do water. So, yeah, that's all I got, man. I'm drawing blanks at this point. I'll check you guys next video. Appreciate the love, support, man. Y'all know the vibes. We gonna keep pushing. We gonna keep fighting. We gonna keep, until my last breath is drawn. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make sure I keep getting more breath. You know what I mean? That's all I can do. So control what you can, pray for what you can't. That's all. So as always, you know the vibes. Stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God Family Trucking. As always, remember, man. Everything that you want is on the other side of sacrifice. See you guys next video. Go.